we're back with another video. This video is going to be about the weight of certain tools, particularly the flex. In some previous videos, I've talked about how much I really like the flex and how I think it has, some of the most power. I'm going to clear a couple of things up. This drill has more power than this flex. This drill barely completed the lag challenge. I was able to complete the lag challenge with this drill with a 3.0, not even a 6. So this drill definitely has more power, and it's a lot lighter. This drill has more speed. Speed is in the RPMs, but also it does drill holes faster in concrete. So for me, that's ultimately why I've decided I'm going to stick with flex as my primary use on the job. This thing just sits in my job site. This one here just sits in my shop looking pretty. Gets used for videos. It's a good comparison because everybody knows what this tool is capable of. So when you see me use a different tool in a video, when the video is supposed to be about DeWalt, for example, and I grab a Milwaukee, that's so you can have a comparison to compare it to. It's not because I want to showcase a different brand or whatever. This is a really nice tool. I just don't like it as much as the flex. Now, that being said, this thing is heavy, and I've got a scale here to show you just how heavy it is. So let's grab a couple of tools for comparison, like this compact Makita with a compact battery. And we're going to be using all the compact batteries. This is the best. This is the best compact battery that Flex makes. This, for the last how many years, Makita really hasn't changed much. This is the best Makita battery that's compact. And then we got the HO. So for this drill with fuel, this is the best compact battery. I understand for different tools that don't have the flex, high output isn't necessarily the best option for lights or different things like that. But for the most part, in general use on a job site, this is going to be your best bet for a compact battery. So we've got the 3 best compact batteries. We're going to check the difference in weight. You'll be surprised, they're all pretty similar, but what you're going to see is that the tools themselves are very different. So let's get over here. All right, we got a scale. So here comes the Milwaukee. Comes in at 1.5 pounds, 1.4.9. So the Milwaukee comes in at 1 pound, 4.9. The Makita battery, 1 pound, 3.4. And the Flex battery, definitely heavier. Comes in at 1 pound 5.8. So and in case you're wondering, you're not going to see too much DeWalt on my channel. I've got the 12 volt, and yeah, you're not going to see too much DeWalt on my channel. A long time ago when Makita first came out, they pretty much started the whole lithium ion trend in batteries. And on the job sites, I continued to see DeWalt selling, and the salesmen and the reps still pushing the NiCad for a couple of years. And I had had Makita for about almost 3 or 4 years before I really started seeing anyone with DeWalt for lithium ion. And I'm not saying DeWalt's bad or not, but first impression seals the deal. So for me, when Flex came out with their awkward video, first impression was, you know, they were gunning for a lot, and their videos looked really, really biased, and my first thought was, I've got to try these myself. A lot of people's other thoughts were, screw those guys, they don't know what they're talking about, or they're just trying to, you know, rig something, and they actually weren't using the best Milwaukees, and you know, they weren't using the best fuel tools for the test. They didn't show you any of the specs. Everyone knew what brand it was. They painted them gray or white. You couldn't see, you know, the transparency wasn't there. All they said was that we beat the best, but they didn't show any specs or anything. So if you're going to claim you're going to beat the best, you got to prove that you're beating the best, not just, oh, well, we went against this brand of tool. You know, you got to show what the tool is capable of with comparisons. That's why I show a lot of comparisons in my video. Even though it's a Flex video, I might pull out a Milwaukee. Even though I'm breaking lug nuts with a 12 volt impact, I still pull out the Flex or the Milwaukee impact to show you the difference. So I'm not just showing you a tool that's doing one thing. It's, okay, I compare it to this tool because this tool was doing this previously. So back to the whole thing, when DeWalt came out, it seemed like they were kind of dragging their feet, and they were sucking up all the profit they could on their NiCad. Now that's my opinion. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I saw on the job sites. And I had actually already switched to Milwaukee, which I don't remember when they came out. 2000. I don't even know. Doesn't matter. I bought them when they came out. I sold all my Makita. I sold my bandsaw, my STS, 10 batteries, the drills, the impacts, all the common tools. But I had high-end tools for, you know, 2011, I think, is whenever I switched. Whenever Milwaukee came out, I sold all of my Makitas, and I jumped straight onto the Milwaukee train because I had done the research, and I read about the batteries, and I read about the power, and everything just seemed like it was going to be better than Makita. Now, I still really like Makita. I like the ergonomics of it, but you do your research and you make your decisions. Before Flex's video came out, I already had done videos. I'd already done research on Flex. I already knew about the battery technology. I already knew about, you know, the cooling with the charger. I already knew about the wattage. So that's why I jumped to Flex so quickly. That's why I was so quick to want to see the tools. It wasn't necessarily a bias. It was, you know, what's the next thing? Which sounds really cliche at this point, because that's what they keep saying, you know, Flex is next, whatever. But yeah, this creates competition, which creates better tools across the board for all manufacturers, for the consumers. So it's always good to see somebody, really make waves and, light a fire for the other tool companies. So we've got the battery weights. Let's see what the tools weigh. Alright, here comes the Makita. £1, 13.3. Here comes the Milwaukee. 3 pounds, 2.7. Let's check the Flex Impact. £2, 11.8. Here comes the Flex Drill, Hammer Drill. 3 pounds, 12. So you add that all up, so you don't have to do any math, with the compact for the Makita. The total weight in your hand with the battery is 2 pounds, 10.8. The weight for the Milwaukee is 4 pounds, 7.9. The impact for the Flex is 4 pounds, 2.1. The weight for this drill is 5 pounds, 1.8. So we've done all that. I'm going to take this big Flex battery. I'm going to put it on here. And this thing alone is 2 pounds, 2.5. And actually, to show you, I'm actually going to put the large battery on the Flex to show you how big this thing gets. That's why you always see me running my tools with a 2.5. It does the same amount of work that I need to do, and it really makes the tool a lot lighter. That is 514.4. I mean, this thing is just heavy. It's big, it's bulky, it's heavy, it's everything. So, some people ask me in the comments, what do I think? Let me get this on there. You can see how thick that is. Even the HOs are getting thick. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can just see how much bigger the Flex is. I mean, it's a big tool. So Everyone asks me, what do I think? This is your first drill set, and you're probably going to buy more tools with the same platform, and you want something that's going to last you. You know, Milwaukee is always a good choice. It's been a good choice for years, and it's going to stay a good choice. Milwaukee puts out good stuff. This thing, for the power to weight ratio, is absolutely unmatched. It's just amazing. You are not going to find a task that this thing will not do. You are not going to be upset buying this. I haven't had any issues with it. I haven't used it that much, but I've got the first generation of Fuel when it first came out years ago. That, if you watch that video, I've got it somewhere here. Maybe I'll leave a link or something. I don't know. As you can see, it didn't beat this, but it didn't do terrible. It, you know, still pretty comparable. If I had realized that that drill was still capable of doing what it was doing, I probably wouldn't have even bought this, because I still can't find a task that the other drill won't do. In these videos, you know, on YouTube, you see us doing some pretty crazy tasks. That's not a real world scenario. You know, you might drill through a double stud, maybe, or maybe a 4x4 or a 6x6 cedar beam outside, you know, with an auger bit or something to get some Romex, or I don't know, maybe you're a plumber and you're doing something, I don't know, but I'm not going to run into a task that these drills won't do. I'm just not going to do it. I've had some claims that, you know, people are running into tasks that is shutting the turbo off and stuff. Typically, when you're dealing with high torque, you don't want turbo mode on. So, I'm going to make a video, you know, maybe trying to do some real tasks and seeing if the turbo shuts off. That's going to be one of my next videos. But yeah, for the most part, Milwaukee is completely solid. Okay, now, if you want something different, you're tired of the same colors, whatever, you know, you want to try something new, or if you just want something that just has a lot of speed with some added features and a lifetime warranty for this year only, a founder's warranty, you might go with something like this. I mean, I beat these things up a lot, and I do some pretty crazy things with them. The other day I was running an auger bit that's made for wood through some brick to get the job done in hammer drill mode. And you know, it did it. So and you know, it was an 1/8" bit, and I'm just, you can hear it through the whole house. It's just, you know, not ideal. But you know, when Home Depot is miles away and it's getting dark, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But I've had a ton of fun with this drill. It's a lot of fun with how much power this thing has, with the speed, you know, with respect to speed. So yeah, thought I'd make a video, you know, about the weight and, you know, more or less the truths about flex. There's a turbo mode here that will shut itself off. This drill does not stay in turbo mode all the time. It turns itself off. You know, you get too much torque going on it, it will shut itself off. I have not run into a scenario that it's done that yet, so I haven't even thought to address that on a video where it was relevant. But I should have, and I could have. Turbo mode does shut itself off in some cases. So just so you're aware of that. But yeah, we're going to try and make a video, get this thing to shut off with just day-to-day tasks. You know, maybe a double 2x4 with an 1.5" paddle bit. or I don't know. We'll do a 2-inch hole saw maybe for some plumbing pipe into a 2x4. But yeah, so these things are heavy. This one's really light. It'll pretty much do everything you need it to, and it's not gonna fail on you. This is the first gen of this drill being being the compact series, and it's still trucking. So yeah, this thing's like, you know, almost 2 pounds, 3 pounds lighter than this drill. Just depends what you're doing. So anyway, leave me a comment below what you thought. I was hoping not to make this video that long. I've been trying to make shorter videos, but quite a bit of information here. I don't want to just make a whole bunch of videos and milk it. Either you watch the whole thing or you don't. You know, there's some good information in here. Definitely let me know what you thought, and thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe.